brand new update was released for the Essentials add-on on the Minecraft Marketplace, introducing chunk borders. Today, we're going to check it out. Before we get into today's video, do you guys like it when we go over the changelogs of these add-ons? Obviously, we've already reviewed them, but things have changed. And here is a sneak preview. In this version, we also have Silk Touch spawners. I found getting in touch with Unlinked, who created this add-on, quite difficult. Now, if you do have the Essentials add-on installed, they do have a guidebook. If you tap on this and scroll down, they do have an online chat. If you're experiencing any bugs or issues, or you want to submit some feedback, join their Discord page. It's the best way to stay updated. Now, introduced in this version is Silk Touch spawners. However, Unlinked, the creators of this, if you're watching, whenever you do introduce a brand new update, can you give us an extra book? Just telling us what has actually changed. It's just a great way to stay updated. They did confirm that we do have Silk Touch spawners. It does not work with iron. It only works with diamonds and, in fact, netherite tools. Ironically enough, though, you don't actually have to have Silk Touch on your pickaxe, which I think should be a rule that should change. Being able to pick up monster spawners without Silk Touch just feels a little bit too OP. But if you're out exploring and you wanted to take a spawner home with you because you don't want to have to do this over large distances, you can do this. This one clearly being a spider one. And when you do place it back down, it does keep the mob that you managed to mine. So if you wanted to find yourself a bunch of, let's say, skeleton spawners, you can go ahead and do this and create yourself the ultimate mob grinder. I wonder what happens if you find more than one of the same spawner. Does it actually stack? The answer is no. As you guys know, I managed to find myself 2 skeleton ones, but also a spider one. And you can pick up and place this down as many times as you wanted to. And in case you're wondering if this is also applied to a magma spawner, yes. The answer is yes. Just make sure you catch it in time. According to the creators, portable blocks can now be removed when sneaking. So you could go ahead and place these down like this, obviously giving you access to a crafting table, a end chest, and also a furnace. If you crouch, you can now actually tap on these to get rid of them. Also introduced is that Vein Miner now works with ancient debris. I'm curious as to how many you can get at once. That is a lot of blocks. I reckon like 50, maybe 60. So if you had a lot of these, a lot of ores that you wanted to mine, let's say you had a lot of coal or gold or iron, it looks like you'll be mining 60 at a time, but the ancient debris was introduced. According to the Essentials changelog, crop replanting expanded to support some custom crops. So I wonder if this will now work with the farming add-on created by Podcrash. Let's give that a try. So I planted these 3 seeds. I want to see if we harvest this, it replants. Unfortunately, that doesn't actually happen. So I think the Essentials team definitely needs to team up with the farming team. A brand new scanner type was introduced to the game. You are first off going to need this though, the Emerald, Diamond, and Lapis ore scanner. Inside of here, if you just go ahead and type in scanner, you'll notice that we now have the ore scanner for the ancient debris. Here is the crafting recipe. It's not cheap to make because remember, in order to make this, these are the needed ingredients. So in a new world, it will take you a little bit of time. Let's see how this works inside the Nether. Hold on, before we do that though, I want to show you how the chunk borders works, because chunk borders can help you find debris a lot easier alongside diamonds and other things. Now you are going to need the Essentials guidebook. Open this up and scroll down to the bottom. You are going to see settings. You're also going to see chunk borders. When you tap on this, it just says, when enabled, shows you the edges of the chunks you are currently inside of. You can also use this in order to find yourself buried treasure a lot easier. Now, go back and scroll down to settings. So by default, this will be off. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And when it's on, it's going to show you a 16 by 16 chunk radius. I was kind of low-key hoping that it was going to show you like slime chunks. But considering the creators of this plan to update this as much as possible, there is always the possibility of this. So as you can see here, we're going from one chunk to another. I think it's really seamless on how you can enable and disable this. If you want to turn this off, go to settings, and then you can turn this off. And it happens in real time. They did a good job with this. Let me show you how to use it properly, though. So 2 things to be mentioned. According to the Minecraft wiki page, the best level to mine for ancient debris is going to be level 14. They also say mining along the chunk borders gives you a better chance of finding debris as well. And we're going to put this to the test. Obviously, it scans in specific directions. At this point, we're going to go ahead and just mine. So this is essentially going to be like one chunk here. This is kind of going to be a chunk. So they say that you should mine along the chunk borders. So we're just going to use that to our advantage. I'm going to mine this way. You could also go ahead and just like spam this in different directions in the hopes of finding it. But let's mine this along both chunk borders. I clearly never found any here. So obviously one of the suggestions would be to try and scan for it. And it's telling us maybe in this... There you go. In this direction, we managed to find some. Really easy. They say the best way to do it is along the chunks. We managed to grab 2 of those as well. Let's see if there was any on the other chunk as well. There is. Let's just mine here. Again, you find more clumps of debris like this. So, yeah, that's just a little trick that I know. Having chunk borders is just so much easier. The reason why this is good for the overworld is because if you are mining for diamonds, only 7 blobs of 1 to 5 ores generate per chunk. So if you found all the diamonds, it would then be time to move on to the next chunk. It's going to save you time. According to the creators of this add-on, a second update is expected this week. This will be version 1.2.0, finally making the guidebook craftable. They've introduced more fake blocks, elevator blocks, added an incinerator, portable blocks despawn when you walk away from them, and a whole bunch of quality of life features. They really do plan to keep this add-on updated. Anyway, guys, hope today's video has kept you all updated. If you do enjoy me revisiting some of the add-ons that have changed, please be sure to hit that like button. We can always do more. Have a wonderful day. In the process of me editing today's video, I did discover an XP glitch because obviously every time you mine this and place this down, it gives you XP. And as you guys know, spawners give you a decent amount of XP. So I think they need to resolve these kind of issues. But I mean, for the time being, if you want to get yourself a lot of XP, you can just pick it up and keep placing it down. I only noticed when I was editing today's video.